Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of my week in perfume, where I tell you every single thing that I wore this week, what I think about it, and in today's episode, there are going to be multiple guilty pleasure perfumes that I wore this week, so it should be a fun one. If you enjoy the content, I upload a ton of different videos, sampling, reviews. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the sub button, and let's get right into the video. I wore this amazing fragrance on Monday. This is from MDCI Parfums, and it is the very famous Invasion Barbare. I also wore this in spring, but it's just so good. This is becoming one of my favorite fougere and also favorite lavender fragrances in general. Oh my god. So I would describe this fragrance as a creamy, thick, dense wall of white lavender shaving foam. It really does feel like that. It's so textured. You get the herbal qualities of the lavender. There's this amazing bitter violet leaf note. It's sort of ozonic in the opening. Gives it this watery sort of almost not quite gasoline, but it is definitely that bitter violet leaf thing. If you've smelled Fahrenheit, you know what I'm talking about. It's just one of the best all year-round fougere fragrances I've ever smelled. Love, love, love Invasion Barbare. Already got a dent in that bottle too, so I don't know. All right, first up, one of my guilty pleasure perfumes. I wore this on Tuesday. This is from Parfum d'Empire. This is Un Bel Amour. Why is this a guilty pleasure perfume? Well, for me, this is, in my opinion, the most traditionally feminine-leaning fragrance in my entire collection. This is a huge tropical floral melange with vanilla, and there's also something slightly dirty, slightly like animal about it. I believe there's some cumin in here. It's some sort of animalic spice juxtaposed against those huge tropical florals. You got Champaka, you got Frangipani, Ylang Ylang. It's just so creamy and heady. It literally smells humid. That's how tropical the florals are. But yeah, I don't even care that, in my opinion, it's way feminine leaning. It smells so good that I just have to own it and wear it, and I do love it. My girlfriend also wears this. Whenever she wants to wear it, she asks for the yellow one because the label is yellow. Incredible fragrance. If you're looking for, I would say, in my opinion, an easy to love, unbelievably high quality floral fragrance, Un Bel Amour is fantastic from the brand of Parfum d'Empire. They also have amazing other florals, like La Crie de Luminaire is amazing as well. Check out Parfum d'Empire. It's just a great brand. Speaking of great brands, and this is a historic brand, on Wednesday, I wore the very famous Rouge. This is a vintage bottle of the Eau de Toilette. A lot of people refer to this as the masculine Shalimar, and yes, definitely, that Guerlain is absolutely present in this fragrance. Oh, it's just such a versatile smell. I can wear this in any season. The Eau de Toilette, the Eau de Parfum, I don't like as much. This is beautiful citruses with a very well-judged vanilla. It's slightly leathery. It's not too sweet, but just enough. Yeah, it's just so elegant, so French-smelling. I can totally see why it's one of the most popular fragrances of all time, especially in Europe. Nowadays, maybe not so much, but I mean, it's still absolutely fantastic. Deserves all of the praise throughout history. Rouge, to me, I'm eventually going to be doing a Guerlain ranking video for my entire Guerlain collection. It might be up there for me, so don't want to spoil anything. Okay, moving right along. On Thursday, I wore a fragrance that was very difficult to get my hands on, so thank you again to everyone involved in me getting this fragrance. Daniel from the channel Seldomly Often, Mo from the Selfish Spray, Rich Mitch, you guys are amazing, thank you. This is Amouage Beloved Man, and this is a release year bottle with the snap cap. Oh my god, I have an unboxing video for this, guys, so if you want to see that, I'll link that in the description. Beloved Man, this, in my opinion, is Amouage does designer. And this is not Renaud Salmon, this is, this is old. This released in, I believe, 2013. So Amouage was doing mass appealing stuff way back then, including Silverman, Ciel Man, all this stuff. But it kind of gets overlooked, and I think Renault Saumon gets a lot of flack that maybe is misdirected, because where was the flack when this released? Because this doesn't smell like a traditional Amouage to me, but you know, let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Beloved Man is a beautiful, very gentlemanly, very approachable smell. It, strangely enough, reminds me of Dolce & Gabbana The One. I'm not even kidding. It has this very similar, warm, inviting feel, but Beloved Man, it has this amazing sort of, sweet, resinous feel, though. I believe there's elemi resin in here, giving it this lemony, resinous quality. It's very slightly aromatic, but it kind of gives off a slight bubblegummy designer feel, in my opinion. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of Dolce & Gabbana The One. With that being said, it's way higher quality. It smells phenomenal. It lasts for a very, very long time. And there's this wonderful citrus note that is kind of almost candied leaning. It's sweeter when it comes to citrus notes in the top. It's fantastic. I've been really, really enjoying it. I've already put a very small dent in it, trying not to blow through it too fast, because that stuff is not easy to come by. It is unfortunately discontinued. But Beloved Man, fantastic. All right, moving on. This is another one of my guilty pleasure fragrances, just because of how damn expensive it is. And I hate that I love it so much, because, I mean, spoiler, this is maybe one of my top Amouages of all time. This is actually brand new from Amouage. This is AmouageLuban Al Akhdar. This is the only Attar I own from them. It's incredible. Oh my god, dude. This goes against everything people are thinking about Amouage right now. You know, I see so much commentary, oh, the new Amouage sucks, and oh, they're hiring Quentin Biche to do a bunch of stuff, and that all sucks. This is a new Amouage. It's perfumed by Quentin Biche, and it is jaw-droppingly incredible. Like, this stuff is like smelling freshly picked green Omani frankincense right off of the tree. The depth here is to die for. It's the freshest, most effervescent, citrusy, wispy, green, complex, yet understandable frankincense smells I've ever come across. And the thing lasts 16 hours. And it remains fresh throughout the entire wear. Even though Quentin Biche made this, it doesn't go Biche mode. There's no Akigala weirdness. There's no weird synthetic stuff going on here. And in my opinion, this is kind of an example of Quentin Biche being allowed to do maybe something else. I'm not entirely sure how that works behind the scenes. I don't know if Quentin Biche, I guess, is actually making what he wants to make for Amouage, or if they tell him what to make. But whatever happened with Luban Al Akhdar, do it again, please, because this just goes to show, even some of your least enjoyed perfumers can surprise you sometimes. And I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Quentin Biche's work in particular, but what he did with Luban Al Akhdar, I've just never smelled before in a perfume. It's so fresh, but it also feels three-dimensional, and it lasts the entire day. And it's mass appealing, but it's not boring. That's very hard to do. It really is. So, Luban Al Akhdar, guilty pleasure, because I think it's over $500 for 12 ml. Now, it is a perfume oil. It's 100% pure perfume. You're going to get a lot of wear out of it, but whoa. Like, can we maybe chill? All right, moving on to what I wore yesterday. This is, God, this might be the best mint fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. This is from Mayo Fusciuni. This is Notte di Viaggio number 2, Shukran. This is incredible. Oh, wow. So I believe the story of Shukran, Mayo Fusciuni puts a lot of backstory behind his fragrances, a lot of emotional connection, a lot of narration. I believe Shukran means thank you, and this is meant to represent receiving, I believe, a mint tea being welcomed into somebody's house. It's the most realistic mint note I've ever smelled in a perfume. It's not toothpastey. It's not too annoyingly synthetic in the way that some mint fragrances can come across. This is so textured. This is so green in a photorealistic way. It's like you're taking mint and you're just crushing it in your hand and immediately smelling it. It's herbaceous. It has this sort of warm tobacco-y facet in the dry down as well. It gives, I don't know why I think about this, but perfumes, some of them have textures. I mentioned it with Invasion Barbare with lavender. This has a particular texture as well, but I don't know how to describe it other than it's a green, vegetal, minty texture rather than like a perhaps purple, scratchy lavender texture like you would find in Invasion Barbare. But if you're looking for a mint fragrance, Mayo Fusciuni Shukran is, in my opinion, it's got to be top tier. Incredible, incredible fragrance. And what I wore today, because I don't know, I just had a weird day. I didn't want to think too much. This is the last guilty pleasure perfume on this particular video today. It needs no introduction, okay? This is Louis Vuitton Imagination. It's the most popular perfume in the world, basically, or at least one of them. You can't go on any social media regarding fragrance and not hear about Louis Vuitton Imagination. But I think it's for a good reason. This stuff deserves the hype. It really does. I have a review out on the channel for this fragrance, and in my opinion, Louis Vuitton Imagination is a rare example of a flawless scent profile. I cannot fault anything about it. I really can't. And that's incredibly hard to do for that type of scent profile. It's this clean, fresh, ambroxan, citrusy tea thing, right? Been done a million times over. Every single one of them have something to nitpick. Doesn't last too long, right? Synthetic smelling, boring, generic. Imagination hits every single time. The whole wear experience is so well tailored that you don't even realize you're wearing it. It just sort of becomes part of you. It just is dancing around in the air. And in terms of performance, by the way, I don't know what people are talking about with them saying, oh, this fragrance got reformulated and this fragrance doesn't last very long. Imagination for me, easy 8 hours, especially on clothes. I watched a video recently suggesting that detecting ambroxan is somehow like genetic, and some people have a gene that prevents them from detecting it as easily as others. I don't really know how scientifically grounded that is, but for whatever reason, whatever ambroxan Louis Vuitton Imagination is using is incredibly detectable for me. I don't go nose blind to it. And if I had to describe it in the air, how this smells, Tinkerbell. Stay with me now. Stay with me. You know how Tinkerbell has like the gold dust when she flies? Imagination is blue dust. That's literally how it's like in the air. It's so sparkly, so effervescent. It's impossible to offend anyone with it. And it's interesting because I watched another video from a fantastic channel called The Perfumed Perspective the other day. And she was talking about how ambroxanide and ambroxan and all these other molecules, right? They're sort of becoming this trend where everyone's using it so you don't smell like particularly anything at all, right? But I think Imagination is so distinct, even though it's using one of the most popular and notorious molecules within the past 20 years of perfume. So there we go. I love Louis Vuitton Imagination. I'm a disgusting niche snob, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Okay, so that is going to wrap my week in perfume up, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit the sub button. Let me know what you wore this week in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite fragrance I featured today was, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more reviews, list videos, and unboxings coming. If you made it to this point, I'll let you in on some early secrets here. I actually ordered the brand new Rouge release, Nepalese Patchouli. I will be having an unboxing video for that. I'm heavily anticipating that because I love patchouli. I also sold off quite a bit of fragrances, so I've indulged in some other things. Famously, or maybe you don't know this, but in my own head, famously, I don't really like Hermes, but I love every other French house. So I took the dive. I'm going to find an Hermes fragrance that I like. I ordered Equipage Geranium from a friend of mine. People said it's fantastic, and I just said, screw it. He gave me a really, really good deal. So I'll also be giving my first impressions on that particular Hermes as well. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.